I'd like to tell you a story. It's a story that happened to me many years ago, back when my children were young. My son, one of three, was graduating from high school. He had been invited to a number of different parties and chose not to attend. However, some of his friends decided that they would attend a number of different parties. It's a story about a young lady and a young man whose day started off really wonderfully. They were all excited about the fact that they were graduating that weekend. There was a party on a Friday night. Actually, it was in my neighborhood. I was away at work that weekend, and subsequently I wasn't aware of this particular party going on. As a result, it occurred, and what happened was Mom and Dad had decided that they were going to let their son host a party in their home. They ended up going upstairs. They knew there was going to be alcohol there. They chose to ignore it and just let the kids go ahead with their party and enjoy themselves. There was a young lady that was part of the cheerleading squad who had made a decision not to attend parties. However, two of her friends picked her up. They were supposed to be going to the movies. There was some discussion, and they decided that they would indeed stop by this party, visit for a few minutes, and then leave and go about their business. Well, they got to the party, and as you might suspect, they started having a good time. The three of them stayed there for the evening, two of them consuming alcohol, one of them to an extreme. As luck should have it, the young lady that had had too much to consume eventually had passed out on the couch. She had, again, got into a state where she wasn't conscious, she wasn't taking care of herself, she was vomiting all over the place. The two young ladies that brought her, one of them was being the operator of the motor vehicle that they came in, did not want to put her in the car for fear that she would vomit all over the interior of the vehicle. She'd have to explain that to her father. So when it came time to leave, the two left, leaving their friend behind on the sofa, passed out in her own vomit. 1 o'clock approached. Everybody assumed that most of everybody at the party goers had left. As it turns out, a good part of the football team was still upstairs, drinking, joking, playing games. And when they were done with that, they dispersed. And one of the football players left, started going down the stairs into the living area. He too had had way too much to consume, enough so that he saw the young lady on the sofa. Now, as luck should have it, throughout their high school career, they had been a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Apparently the young man had had enough to drink, so he'd forgot that that relationship had ended. Both heading off to college, they felt that it would be better that they separated. They didn't want the relationship to escalate beyond what it was, recognizing that it was going to be a very difficult one at best, where they were going to separate places. However, the football player coming down over the stairs saw his, what he remembered to be, girlfriend on the sofa, and without getting into the details, there was a sexual assault that took place. In the morning, when they both woke up, the young lady, disheveled, intoxicated still to a certain degree, totally dismayed by the assault that had taken place, called her mom and dad, who in turn called the police. As a result, there was an investigation. The young man was charged with assault, sexual assault. The young lady was called in to testify against her. Now, where I'm going with this, at the end of the day, both those players grew up with my son, and I had a great relationship with them over the years. Had the opportunity to blow their little snotty nose on field trips. I loved them both. They were both just wonderful young men and women, had promising, successful careers ahead of them, had wonderful college opportunities, and at that point in time, it was all blown to heck in a handbasket. And the reason being was somebody didn't have the courage to call the police, to call a mother or father. Instead, they left somebody behind to have whatever would happen, happen. What happened was 2 lives were destroyed. All of a sudden, the young man became a sexual predator. The young lady became a loose woman, somebody that you couldn't rely on, somebody that finked out their friends, had all kinds of labels put on her, when in fact she was nothing but a victim. I would encourage you, should you choose to engage at parties, should you go to the parties, should you decide to host a party or just attend that party, don't leave people behind. Be responsible. Take care of one another. In the end of the day, not taking care of them can destroy lives. And I might also add, it wasn't just the young man whose lives were destroyed. The mother and father that allowed this young person to host that party were charged criminally. The young man that hosted the party was charged along with them. They all have criminal records, criminal histories. They aren't bad people, they're not criminals. What they were people that made a bad choice and let things fly where they flew. And subsequently, lives were destroyed because of that bad decision. I'd encourage you to take care of one another, regardless of what your decisions are. Don't leave friends behind. Make sure that they have safe passage. Thank you very much.